Who remembers the story was very similar to what familiar folk tale? Yes, Jack.
The Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
Yes, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This was called the Three Snow Bears, and we read this yesterday. Now today I have another version called Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs by Mo Willems.
I love that author.
Me too, the same author who writes Pete the Cat and Piggy and Elephant. Also, I forget the name of the little girl that he wrote the two books about, which are hilarious. Once upon a time, there were three dinosaurs, Papa Dinosaur, Mama Dinosaur, and some other dinosaur who happened to be visiting from Norway. He is very interesting looking.
What is he?
He's a Norwegian dinosaur.
There might be a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
One day, for no particular reason, the three dinosaurs made up their beds, positioned their chairs just so, and cooked 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding in varying temperatures. Mmm. That sounds yummy. Oh boy, said Papa Dinosaur in his loud, booming voice. It is finally time to leave and go to the, someplace else. And she's laughing. Yes, continued Mama Dinosaur. I sure hope no innocent little succulent child happens by our unlocked door while we are, someplace else.
Why would you leave your door unlocked?
Mmm.
Is that Tyrannosaurus Rex?
So somebody might get in?
Oh.
Har, har, hory, haw. Then the other dinosaur made a loud noise that sounded like a big, evil laugh, but was probably just a polite Norwegian expression. The three dinosaurs went someplace else and were definitely not hiding in the woods, waiting for an unexpected kid to come by. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, a poorly supervised little girl named Goldilocks came traipsing along. Just then, the forest boomed with what could have been a dinosaur yelling, "Gotcha!" But I'm pretty sure was just the wind. The loud noise was immediately followed by another loud voice that sounded kind of like, "Be patient, Papa Dinosaur. The trap has not yet sprung." But that could have been a falling rock or a squirrel.
Oh, I can see their
Look at they're hiding in the trees.
they're green. And one of them are orange.
And there's a sign that says 2 miles, next nice house. And this sign says getting closer. And it's pointing to their house. Either way, Goldilocks was not the type of little girl who listened to anyone or anything. For example, Goldilocks never listened to warnings about the dangers of barging into strange, enormous houses. It says, "Welcome, tee-hee." So as soon as Goldilocks came across a strange, enormous house, she barged right in. Inside, Goldilocks immediately smelled the 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding. "Mmm," said Goldilocks, "that chocolate pudding smells delicious. If only I could get all the way up to the top of that counter." Then Goldilocks noticed a very tall ladder that just happened to be there and certainly wasn't left on purpose. Goldilocks climbed up the ladder and found herself face to face with 3 gigantic bowls of chocolate pudding. The first bowl of chocolate pudding was too hot, but Goldilocks ate it all anyway because, hey, it's chocolate pudding, right? The second bowl of chocolate pudding was too cold, but who cares about temperature when you've got a big bowl of chocolate pudding? Not her. The third bowl of chocolate pudding was just right, but Goldilocks was on such a roll by now, she hardly noticed. Look at, she's swimming in the bowl of chocolate pudding.
Oh, it's so big.
Because it's so big.
They must be tiny.
Soon, Goldilocks was stuffed like one of those delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons, which, by the way, are totally not the favorite things in the whole world for hungry dinosaurs. Tired and groggy, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room. So she climbed down the ladder and walked out of the kitchen. The first chair was too tall, the second chair was too tall, but the third chair was too tall.
Oh, yeah.
Goldilocks wasn't going to climb that high just to sit in some chair, so she hiked over to the bedroom. When she got there, Goldilocks noticed that the beds were also gigantically big. "What is going on around here?" groaned the exhausted girls. "The bears that live here must be nuts." Yes, she thinks bears live there. Yes. Knuffle Bunny. Yes, I love Knuffle Bunny. Just then the room filled with a loud booming noise that was either a passing truck or a dinosaur gloating. "A few more minutes and she'll be asleep. Delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons are yummier when they're rested." Even a little girl who never listens to anyone or anything had to hear that. Ruh-roh. Goldilocks took a minute to stop and think, which was longer than she was used to stopping and thinking. "Hey," she told herself, "this isn't some bear's house. This is some dinosaur's house." Say what you like about Goldilocks, but she was no fool. As quickly as she could, she ran to the back door and got out of there. Just then a loud plane flew by, which sounded pretty much like a trio of dinosaurs yelling, "Now!" or "Charge!" or our Norwegian expression for "chewy bonbon time." Suddenly and completely coincidentally, the 3 dinosaurs rushed through the front door, but they were too late. Goldilocks was gone, and all that was left in the house were 3 disappointed dinosaurs.
But there looks like there's a picture.
The end.
The end.
The end.
And it says, and the moral is, if you ever find yourself in the wrong story, leave. And so there are the 3 bears. So there is the Mo Willems version of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. He is silly. I love Mo Willems. So let's get out our sentence and let's do the parts of speech, which probably won't take too long because it's not a very big sentence. All right. Let me.
A sentence? Okay, I'm excited.
Let's get out your sentence with the purple strip on the top. Sam, please get it out.
Okay.
All right, quicker than a seal, Iluki ran from room to room until she burst outside. Do you want me to write on the board?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care.
Where's my marker? There it is. had just read our little girl Goldilocks just burst out of the door, right? Because of the dinosaurs. All right. Who can tell me the nouns? Grayson. Aluki, yes. Who is Aluki in the story? One of the bears? Who is Aluki? Ella. Yes. What's another noun? There are 3 nouns. Jack.
Seal.
Yes. And what is the third? Emma. Yes. All right. What about adjective? What does an adjective describe, first of all? So we found the noun. What is an adjective? Describes a what? Ella? Yes. So look at M. So this is trickier. Now an adjective does not have to be right next to the word. Jonathan.
Quicker.
Yes. So seal is the noun. Quicker describes the noun. It's a quicker. It's a quick noun. Seal. It's a quicker seal. Prepositions. There are 3. Name one. Helen. Yes. I'm just going to write prep because it's such a big, long word. Prep. What's another? Remember, location is what a preposition describes. Wensheen. No. Owen. No. Oh, yeah, you are right. Yes. What am I? Yes. Preposition is a than. And then there's one more. Quicker than a seal, Aluki ran from room to room until she burst outside. Grayson.
2.
Yes. They're describing locations. What is an article? In this sentence. James.
Until.
Article is basically 2 words in front of a what? Find a noun, and that's where you will find an article. Owen.
Of.
Yes. So it's generally a or the. Bless you. But it always is before a noun. What about a verb? There are 2 verbs. Christian.
Ran.
Yes. Boy. Burst. Very good. What about a pronoun? What is a pronoun? Emma.
She.
Yes. Who is she? Yes, so here's the name. This is the proper noun. So instead of saying Iluki ran from room to room until Iluki burst outside. So she is describing Iluki. That's a pronoun. What about an adverb? What does an adverb do? Describes a what? Jeremiah.
The verb.
Yes. So find a verb and see if you can. And remember, it can be before, after, or within the same sentence of a verb. Christian.
Outside.
Yes. Very good. So a until is a subordinating conjunction, which you do not have to know at this rate or where we're at, but that's what it is. So you don't even have to write it down. But what is a conjunction? Jack.
It's a connecting word to connect to combine two sentences.
Beautiful, beautiful phrases. Absolutely. So that is what a conjunction. So very good. That is our sentence for this week. Excellent job. This is what I'm going to have you do. We are going to clear our tables.